And here we go. So we're going to place the sealant on tooth number 19. We already have our Mr. Thirsty in there. We have nice isolation. We're ready to place the etch. So I'm going to grab the etch and I'm going to dispense a little bit out onto the 2x2 to make sure it's not clogged. Then I'm going to get some sort of fulcrum, go in, little bit more etch, less sealant. So you want to remember, you want to etch a little bit beyond of where you're going. Okay, hand that back, and the etch stays on 15 to 20 seconds. Your assistant's going to get ready. After the 15-20 seconds, you're going to just do water. You're going to let your assistant suck off as much as she can, and then she's going to go right distal to where we are so we can suction it up. Your Mr. Thirsty is going to get most of it, but we want to get the etch off of the tooth with that suction. Okay? Just water, and then once I blow air, my assistant's going to go and get me the sealant. I want to make sure that it's nice and dry. Okay, so sealant, we're going to grab it, dispense out on her 2x2. Make sure that it's not clogged. Okay, and then we're going to get that bubble. So if you can see on there, I have a little bubble on there. Then I'm going to grab the sealant like a pen so I can have a fulcrum. So like a pen, I have my fulcrum. I'm going to go in. And remember, I'm going to drop on the mesial. Drop mesial and then drag distal. So you're going to drag. If you need more, you're going to come out, get the ball, grab it like a pen, fulcrum, and go in. And now it looks like I have a lot, so I'm going to use a micro brush to take off the excess and make sure that it's not up on those walls. Okay, so I'm going to take my micro brush. Now when you do the micro brush, you don't want to push down because you're going to take out all the sealant. You just want to put the micro brush into the material just to remove a little bit. So just a little there. Here, now if you can see, the sealant is pink until we cure it. So once I'm ready, give that back. And then we're going to cure. We're going to put the paddle over top so I can see. We're going to cure that material. Weep. Okay. And then we're going to check it with the Explorer. We want to make sure that there's no voids. So it should be really nice and smooth, kind of like a skating rink, like an ice rink. So very smooth. If you get a catch in there, then you're going to want to go back in and add more sealant. Okay. So let's say I found a void right here. Okay, I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to add just a little bit of sealant to there. Get a ball. I'll go right in. And I don't need the micro brush because I got it perfect there. And then we're going to cure. I'm going to cure it. Okay, so you can go in and add to the void as long as it didn't get contaminated. So as long as there's no saliva on there, that you've got a good isolated area, then you don't have to re-etch. But now if there was saliva or it got contaminated, then you need to re-etch for 5 seconds. And then we're going to check. Good. So it's very nice. It's nice and smooth all around. Now, when you're doing 19, you also have a buccal pit right here that you want to do. Okay, we're not going to do that, but you would do the buccal pit as well. Okay, so now that the sealant is good, we're going to wipe off that inhibition layer with a wet cotton roll or a wet 2x2. Okay, because the top layer of your sealant material doesn't cure all the way, so it leaves a really bad sour taste. And then we're going to floss the contacts to make sure that we didn't get any sealant down in there. Good. All right. So now we're going to go ahead and take out the Mr. Thirsty here. I'm going to pull that out. My assistant's ready with my suction. Good. All right. And then now we need to check to make sure that the bite is not too high. So we're going to make sure, you see how the assistant kind of got all the saliva out, make sure it's dry. The patient's going to tap, tap, tap. Good, and open. We'll check it. And so there's no marks on our sealant. We don't want the patient to be occluding on the sealant because the sealant is in the deepest portion of the tube. So there's no marks in there. Looks good. Have the patient bite down. Everything feels okay. Good. And then we have a cotton roll in there. If I can have the cotton pliers, please. We put a cotton roll just to retract the cheek for us when we were in there. So we can give them that. And there you go. That's your sealant.